Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklarbro Country, the virus edition, aka the Pandy Pods.
AKA the pods with Jason and Randy that are pandy and handy.
And Dandy, aka brothers discussing dumbness as best they can. Also, did you know that Randy went to Burning Man? Thank you, Sarah Dunn.
She done did it. She got it.
She done did it, and we done got it. We got stories for you. Hope your weekend was good. Very excited to bring this to you. This content that we're doing, we're really trying to get it out there for you. And
I like that we do it every single day because I will say this. As a consumer of podcasts myself, I appreciate when I am about to go on a walk and I check my podcast queue, and the podcasts that I listen to have a new one that day.
There is such a feel, because we are consumers of that in the same way. Like there are daily podcasts that I listen to the same. When it's in there, I'm like, thank God.
I got a new one.
I feel good.
I got a new one. All right, we got a new one for you. Let's get right into it. When you think of crazy Florida,
Where do you think of, Jay?
I think of northern central Florida.
Panhandle.
The kind of place where people with 3 teeth feed cats to their pythons while taking bath salts and tattooing their assholes.
Yeah, Pensacola.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's Pensacola.
We don't often think of Miami as like Florida man's Florida.
It feels too international.
It feels cosmopolitan. I have friends who are from Miami.
There are plantains,
Nightclubs.
sound machines.
It feels more like Miami is cocaine and the rest of Florida is meth.
Yeah, that's
Right?
what it is.
So when we have a story of people in Miami behaving like people in northern central Florida,
It's
pandemic related, then we got to cover it.
We have to. You ready? Here we go.
Here we go. The owners of an expensive Miami private school don't want their teachers and employees getting the COVID-19 vaccine, citing a debunked anti-vaccination theory.
Good. At least they're listening to the science.
Is this Trump University High School?
Oral Roberts High.
Either way-
Liberty U.
Either way, it does feel like a smart policy. Am I
Yeah,
right?
it does, because if they forbid their employees from getting the vaccine and they get COVID and die, their families can't sue the school for forcing them to
work,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is great logic right here.
You don't often think of schools as having owners, do you?
Like owners in the back crunching the numbers.
We need more profits. You got to mark up those pencils another dime in the school store.
I want to see these margins expanding, people. Let's expand them.
First and foremost, this is a business.
That's
then
right.
it's a school.
Then it's a school second.
Guy with like that old like visor,
just
typing
crunching.
on an adding machine.
That's right. An abacus.
CBS News obtained a copy of an email sent by the Centner. Let me get that right. The Centner Academy to its parents on Monday that reads in part.
Center Academy.
Centner. It's a school.
They can't even spell center.
That's a red flag right there.
Thank you.
Are you sending them to the Centner?
No, I'm sending him to. Are you sending him to the?
Oh my God, I am sending them to the Centner.
Is it a learning center?
Quote, this is from the letter they sent out. Until further notice, we ask any employee who has not yet taken the experimental COVID vaccine injection.
You know that experimental injection, which was approved by the FDA, you idiots.
Oh, I'm sorry. They just called it an experimental COVID-19 injection.
Not a vaccine.
They said it's an injection. So they want to make it sound like heroin as much as possible.
Wait, don't say that. Then
People in
people
Florida are going to
want
want to do it. If you make it sound like heroin,
You're going the wrong way, dummies.
to wait until the end of the school year. We also recommend that all faculty and staff hold off on taking the injection
It's a vaccine.
until there is further research available on whether this experimental drug is impacting unvaccinated individuals.
So they're worried that the vaccinated people could adversely affect non-vaccinated people?
Like it's more than just saying that the vaccine is not helpful.
It's actually hurtful.
They're
is what
trying to
saying.
push a narrative that the vaccine is hurtful.
So they're saying that
That it's dangerous.
Right. So what they're basically saying is the reverse of COVID. That people
That the vaccine is more dangerous than COVID.
Right.
They're trying to portray the vaccine as a drug, an injection, and saying it's basically like COVID.
Yeah.
That's insane. Because anti-vaxxers are just like, you can't tell me what to do. Like, I'm not putting that in me. I don't trust it.
This goes even above and beyond that.
It is our policy, to the extent possible, not to employ anyone who has taken the experimental COVID-19 injection until
Again,
further
it is a
information.
vaccine, Tommy.
It's a sound policy. This
Solid.
Is where
This
if this is not where you want your kids learning, I don't know what's wrong.
this
with
is the learning center for my kids.
you. School that charges almost $30,000 a year per student.
Again, feels reasonable for the level of education that they will be getting.
Now, if they said
$42,000 a year,
Then
then
I'm
you're going to be
skeptical.
skeptical, right?
it's run by Layla and David Sentner,
Now, I think
so
he
their name is stupid.
but I think their last name. I think his name should be Center. I
Yeah.
think he's misspelling his last name.
Well, he doesn't want to say center because he's not a center thinking individual.
Exactly. It's still stupid. Can't emphasize enough how stupid it is.
And they're stupid. They're
It's a
just
fairly
idiots.
new school, Jay. It opened.
Yeah, just opened in September of 2020.
Great time to open a school, by the way.
It was featured in CBS 4 Miami Proud segment in October 2020. Well, that's something CBS 4 shouldn't be proud of.
Yeah, featuring a shit show of a school that just opened up a month ago. How do you know it's good?
And I love that these Sentner idiots are like, you know what we should do right now in the middle of a pandemic? Open a school.
Open a school.
That feels like a great idea.
Schools are doing a lot of great stuff right now. Kids are going to school.
The email appears to be tying employment to the vaccine.
Threatening legal action that would be taken if the staff lied about getting the vaccine.
Okay, there you go.
They take your temperature. If your temperature isn't if it isn't above 101,
They send you home.
That's right.
That's how this school works. We're the opposite.
This is a private school, not a public school, they said.
So
Yeah.
generally, a private employer in Florida can fire someone for any reason or no reason at all, said the employee's lawyer. The employment lawyer, Carter Socks, with Gallup Auerbach. Wait, his name is Carter Socks.
Sounds like a
Carter Socks sound like work boot socks, right?
or the socks that a baby wears. Like if a baby was wearing work boots.
Carter Socks.
Wear the baby's Carter socks. I got to put on the baby Red Wings.
In Florida, there are not rules. Like with this guy's name, there are not rules.
Nope.
Socks said firing someone for getting the vaccine is legal in this case, but there appears to be some recourse if fired personnel want to fight it. Hold on a second.
Wait a minute. Why would
Hold on a second.
why would anyone want to fight this?
If a teacher says that they have a medical condition and it discriminates against their right to get the vaccine, Socks said. Then they can take their lame excuse for an objection to the courts and watch it get rejected,
Like a shot by Bam Adebayo.
There you go. As the email began to make nationwide headlines, the United Teachers of Dade released a statement which read in part, as shamefully seen by the actions of the illegally run and uncertified Sentner Academy.
So it's not certified. So let's
These
be honest.
schools not only teach misinformation and peddle propaganda, they punish teachers who try to protect themselves and their families.
There you go.
That's right. This
That's
is
it.
this is the first time I've heard something right.
This is the first time I'm like, okay, there are sane people in Florida.
We are horrified by the unsafe conditions and labor violations that colleagues at schools such as this one have to endure due to lack of union representation and contract rights.
I think they should have also said at the end, you spelled center wrong.
Yeah. You cannot call this place a school.
You can't even call it a center. It's a
It feels
center.
like a Scientology Sentner.
Yeah, it does feel like a Scientology center.
CBS 4 News has been told one teacher has already resigned, but it's not clear if it was in direct result of this policy. I'd say it probably was.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to finish this thing up and find out what's going on down at the center. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It's happening this weekend, Saturday night, live Dumb People Town at Nowhere Comedy Club. Get your tickets at nowherecomedyclub.com. We've already said it a million times. If you haven't gotten the tickets, get them now. What are you doing on Saturday night? It's a chance to go out.
We got you covered.
We got you covered. It's going to be so much fun. Screen grab it on your old TV. It's going to be a blast. Chris Thiele playing music. The
Did you say
Doughboys.
screen grab it? Screen share it?
Screen grab it. Screen share it. I don't care what you do. All right. When we took a break.
There's a school in Florida, in Miami, that's trying to tell teachers you will be fired if you get the COVID vaccine. And
well, they call it an
injection.
experimental injection.
Yes. In the meantime, teachers are concerned, and so are medical experts like FIU's infectious disease specialist, Dr. Aileen Marty. I trust this woman.
I do trust this woman.
Dr. Marty said the Sentners are promoting a debunked theory that states people who are vaccinated can spread a different type of disease to individuals standing near them.
There are schools of stupidity now. Do you understand that?
That disease is called education and awareness.
How dare you walk into this learning center and be educated?
It shows that, this is what Eileen also said, it shows me that the author has a very primitive understanding of what a vaccine is and really no understanding
of the scientific process. There you go.
That's who's running this school, by the way.
I bet this school has an amazing creationism class.
Yes, I bet they do.
Several of them.
The email,
But it's all at the same level.
Right.
It's creationism 1, creationism 1, creationism 1, creationism 2, 1, because you can't go up to creationism 2.
That's right.
You can't evolve.
The email goes on to list many unknown variables for their decision and states tens of thousands of women all over the world have recently been reporting adverse reproductive issues from being in close proximity with those who have received any one of the COVID-19 injections.
Tens of thousands. Who's collecting the data, right?
They should have capped that lie off at thousands.
That's right.
Like
Tens of
once
thousands.
you say tens of thousands, then all of us are like, we know it was fake.
It's not true.
If you could have said
thousands.
multiple cases, many cases, you got greedy. You went
greedy.
for tens of thousands.
That's right.
They also claim, quote, no one knows exactly what may be causing these irregularities, but it appears that those who have received the injections may be transmitting something from their bodies to those with whom they come in contact. You mean like COVID?
And it's tight writing like that, Jay, where you can learn how to write like that at the Sentner School
for writing good.
That's right. For writing good things that you're writing.
For writing good. I learned to write good at Sentner schools.
Mm-hmm.
Their email cites no scientific evidence or authority.
Of course not. You can't just cite QAnon.
Sources are for idiots, right? The
Lamestream.
lamestream media.
Facts are for dummies.
CBS 4 News reached out requesting an interview with someone from the school, but they simply sent an email reiterating what was in the email that they sent to the parents.
Right, because they think everyone else is as dumb as the people who go to the
Which
Sentner
stated,
School.
quote, we are doing what we think is in the best interest of the children because children shouldn't be around teachers who are vaccinated.
Maybe that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That could be the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And Trump was our president.
He was out there saying dumb shit every day.
This is the top of the pops for us.
That we're doing what we think is in the best interest of the children because children shouldn't be around teachers who are vaccinated.
Who is dumber in this situation? I seriously want to know, Jay. The dumbasses who run the Sentner School or the dumbasses who pay $30,000 a year to put their kids in the school?
It's hard to say. Both are incredibly stupid. If that email comes out, I'm demanding all my money back. If in some way I was swindled.
I'm demanding some of the money back from other kids.
I'm demanding money from other years.
Yeah.
I'm just going to the school and just taking computers.
Exactly.
If they have computers. I don't even know if this is a school that has computers.
I don't think it does. I would say that they have things that look like computers, but they just don't fire up.
They're just empty boxes.
All right, guys. That is the show. Stay connected, stay protected, don't get infected. It's not a hoax.
But we got the jokes.
See you guys tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da.